All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf Live here. I want to talk about the reparations right quick, but before I do, I want to say a little something right quick. I want to thank all of my listeners across all the platforms that I work with here: Spotify, Spreaker, YouTube, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Google. I hope I didn't leave anybody out because I'm up to about 6 different, and Twitter as well. If you hear me out here right now, I'm gonna start a chat right now. I'm on live. Come join me. Answer if anybody cares, But it's good to be able to talk about the things that's on my mind here and all that. I don't know why I came up. I don't need that up here right now. Oh, I see what it's saying. Okay. It wants to record. See, if I was going to do that, I wouldn't even put this up. But nevertheless, I wanted to thank you guys and go in and talk about this reparations thing. But let's get on with the show. At some point, I'm gonna do some more music stuff. I'm planning on it real soon. There's just so much going on this year. It's a lot going on. I'm like, right now, I'm debating if I want to cover the Funk Fest this year because the mess that happened down in Virginia Beach. I covered it last year. I did a couple of videos on it. I think I did a live feed last year. Matter of fact, I think I did too. And usually when I travel, I do live feeds. I may do one this year. I don't know. It depends on my mood. Depends on how it is up there. I don't know. I won't find out about the landscape that I get over there in a couple of months. So, but I think it's a bit for me to do it right now. Be a bit too soon. But in any case, let's go ahead and get started with the show. I will be back. So if you don't hear me on here within the next 2 minutes, which I should, but I'll be back. This is DJ Wolf Live. Let's get it in. Let's go. This is DJ Wolf Live. Coming to you live from the Southern Maryland studios in PG, Maryland, baby. Your host, dropping the honest conversations that we need to have throughout the DMV and throughout the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything else, this is DJ Wolf Live and your host, the one and only DJ Wolf. back on the air right now here. Just got off here. I go ahead and get started here. Maybe play my old theme music first. And I may be redoing that real soon, but so hold tight with that one. Yeah, I messed up. You're right, I did. But yeah, anyway, this is DJ Wolf Live. My name is DJ Wolf on the mic here, talking the talk and try to walk the walk as much as possible. But anyway, I really try to enlighten people about some of the things I talk about, and I try to come from an honest place. I really do. I want to talk about this thing called reparations right quick, because there's a couple of things that offended me about what I've heard from what certain people said, particularly about reparations, and it ticked me off to no end. I'm looking for a comment right now that was said by Bitch McConnell. Not Mitch McConnell. Bitch McConnell. Okay. We're going to say here, Mitch. I always mistype the C for some reason. Look, Mitch McConnell's comments on reparations. It pissed me off. All right, we just about found it right here. Boy. It really, honestly, it really rubbed me the wrong way. Now, let me tell you what this asshole said. All right? Let me tell you exactly what this asshole said, according to CNN report. Okay, this is fair use, guys. It says CNN. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said Tuesday he opposed paying reparations for slavery, arguing none of us currently living are responsible. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? You want to tell me that because you're living in 2000s and the same type of game y'all played on black people for 400 years, y'all didn't stop it. You know what's been going on. It's still been going on. And this son of a bitch gonna say, oh, none of us currently living are responsible. You're responsible for what the same shit been going on now. It's been going on for 400 years, you motherfucker. The fuck you talking about? You know? Then he goes on to say, this asshole says, quote, I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago for whom none of us currently living are responsible is a good idea. Can you believe this son of a bitch? I'm just like, I'm totally livid. You know? He had the fucking nerve to say this shit. This fucking funky ass old jaw slack motherfucker. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. Talking about, we tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislation, and we elected an African-American president. Really? Oh, yeah, I'm glad to go street. Really, motherfucker? First of all, y'all never got rid of slavery. There was an emancipation to abolish slavery, but it never took place. It was an emancipation. It was just to slow the process of it. It was just basically to say, okay, from here on in, you guys are no longer slaves. It didn't end slavery. Okay? That's number one. passing civil rights legislation if black people at the time wasn't marching and soldiering and fighting and sacrificing and dying on those streets because of y'all motherfuckers didn't want them to have it. Okay? If it wasn't for that shit, civil rights legislation probably would never been talked about. It would have never got passed. It probably would never been talked about in the first place because we demanded that we had our civil rights. Okay? That's what that was about, you dumb, old, cracker-faced son of a bitch. Yeah, I said it, Mitch McConnell. Bitch McConnell. And then you got another, we elected our African-American president. Let me tell you something else about that, too. He was a choice of our peers until we found out how much of a crook he was, too. I'll get to that later. Yeah, he actually said that shit. You know, I have never liked Mitch McConnell, but this same motherfucker got nervous about, well, we are elected African-American president. This is the same president you had harassed for 8 years he was in office. Bitch McConnell. You got a fucking nerve. You got a motherfucking nerve. Boy, you got a fucking nerve. You really do. And then another one, where it would also be difficult to determine who would pay because waves of immigrants come to the country who have faced dramatic discrimination. Motherfucker, we ain't talking about the immigrants. We talking about people who was forced here against their own free will, you son of a bitch. We talking about people here who had to work the fucking fields 15, 16, 18 hours a goddamn day. We talking about people who had brought over here from another country who got separated permanently from their families and don't even know if the people that they slept with later on, the same people they were, the people that they were separated from are probably cousins and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles they probably fucking with later on. Okay? Because of motherfuckers like you. Don't tell me this shit. I'm pissed. Yeah. You ignorant ass motherfucker. Now, one thing I'm going to say about this for real. Just because you work on Capitol Hill, just because you in the White House, don't make you the smartest book in the library. That's for damn sure. Not the sharpest tool in the tool shed. That's for damn sure. You guys are dull as fuck and you're liars. And you're criminals as far as I'm concerned. And you're racist. For damn sure. And yeah, I'm calling it out. Sick of this shit. You know? Yeah. So now he's going to compare slaves to people, immigrants. See, he's going by that Ben Carson standard. That slaves were nothing but immigrants. Get the fuck out of here. Slaves were not immigrants. Are you serious? What is wrong with people, man? Y'all motherfuckers seriously, y'all people need a serious grip on reality. I am dead serious. Y'all need a real grip on reality because that's BS, man. You honestly believe that bullshit? I'm starting to sound like Samuel Jackson. For I am the law. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. It really is. And I think we're always a work in progress in this country, but no one currently alive is responsible for that, and I don't think we should be trying to figure out how to compensate for it. Now, keep this in mind, folks, and let's be totally honest. No one had a problem with giving out reparations to Japanese internment camps. Germans, Jewish people, during the Holocaust, they gave reparations out to them, and it didn't even happen here. It happened over there. Okay? I'm just kind of like, I'm livid. You'd be surprised the number of countries that the United States have given out money to for reparations for stuff that didn't even happen in this country. Slavery happened in this country illegally, and the law allowed it. And we still can't get reparations for it 400 years later. Ain't that a bitch? Really? Are you fucking serious, man? Mm-hmm. Of course, you don't think reparations is a good idea. I bet you if they were all, if it was white people that happened to, I guarantee he'd be giving them, he'd be personally handing out to each and every person out there. Yeah, he got a fucking nerve. This fat cat sitting on this big old jaw slacking funky ass because of my people, god damn it. Let's be real. The White House was built by black people. The house itself, not the people in it, but the house itself was built brick by blacks. And so was the monument. Okay? Google that, motherfuckers. Sick of this shit, man. Y'all people be bullshitting. No, you don't think that generations of poverty in African in Black America didn't start with slavery? If you didn't, if you don't think that it did, because that's where it started. If you don't think that it did, you need your head examined. That's where it all started. Okay. Slaves didn't come to America, weren't brought to America rich. Slaves were dirt poor when they came here. Okay? And when slavery ended, many African Americans were left out in the cold and had to start from scratch because they had nothing when they got here in the first place. And you want to tell me that, oh, you don't deserve that. After people broke their backs 12, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18 hours a day? I can remember my dad told me when my grandfather was a sharecropper in the 1930s and 40s, man, how hard they worked in the 1940s in the fields. And that was less than 100 years after slavery ended. Okay? And they were still doing that kind of work. The fuck out of here. Y'all done raped, killed, murdered, mutilated, slaughtered, gouged out African Americans across this country for fucking centuries and shit. Right in this country, and you gonna tell me that we don't deserve it? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking bastard. You got some goddamn nerve. And then you want to call what you did. Oh, yeah, when we elected an African-American president. Motherfucker, you didn't even want him in office, bitch. You didn't even want Barack Obama in office. Okay? You never supported him any damn way. You got nerve to be talking that bullshit, you punk-ass bitch. Bitch McConnell. You's a total bitch. Oh, my God. You got a motherfucking nerve, you punk bastard. So let me get on these other motherfuckers right here. That was part of the Tariq Nasheed. I gotta give him credit for it. Tariq, I just mentioned your name, bro, because you call it the Biscuit Brigade, the Butter Biscuit Brigade. I will watch this show, man. Man, that's crazy. But you know what? That's a good point though, because they were all lined up. Dan Glover and they said Cory Booker was there, Tahishi Coates, and what's her name, Julian Malvo, and I forgot the other woman's name. I forgot. But anyway, yeah, it was nothing because I watched some of it last night on another podcast, and believe me, matter of fact, it was on TBA's podcast, and boy, he went in, and but he's right about a lot what he said. And the truth is, I listened to a lot of it. They really did not challenge the status quo. None of them did. They're talking points. We know about talking points. You know what I'm saying? We know everything to do with the talking points. The talking points ain't the fucking issue. The issue is, when are they going to fucking pay out reparations? Okay? And not even to win. We want it now. We want the bag, the cream, the ends, the meat. We want it now. Okay? Bottom line. And I totally agree with what everybody was saying about, get it now. Because we want it now. We deserve it now. But unfortunately, this reparations brigade, or whatever they call themselves, really didn't have our interest. These people, or I call part of the Bole, were talking in Bole. They wasn't talking like, yeah, this needs to happen. No. Well, we don't really need to get the check. I heard many of them saying that. I said, what the fuck you mean you don't need to get the check? Why would you even say some shit like that? Of course we need to get the goddamn check. Why the hell would you be up there talking about it if we didn't need to? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all so-called black leaders? I also heard Clark Anderson this morning on the local radio station out here in the DMV. I think, yeah, was it Clark Anderson? Yeah, it was Clark Anderson because he was being interviewed. And he said, I'd go on there, but he said he'll never call me to invite me. He said I would have been up there yesterday if they had called me. You know why they don't want Clark Anderson up there no way. Because Clark Anderson is going to tell the truth. Clark Anderson ain't going to hold nothing back. Okay? There's certain people they won't bring on there with them. Because they're going to read them the act. Hey, this is what it is. This is what needs to happen now. Okay? In lies the problem. The problem is that you got these so-called kowtow black leaders, but they're so-called black leaders to me. Because real black leaders is going to step up the A game and tell them this is what we need and we need it now. No more pussyfooting around. No more dancing circles about whether we need a check or not, or we don't really need the check. I'm like, really? Why the fuck are you there? Why you call yourself speaking on my behalf, on my best interest, and not representing my best interest? That's the whole fucking point. That's why I said, Democrats, Republicans, ain't none of them about shit to me. They don't mean nothing to me. The majority of the people who have run for these offices they for the most part, they don't come from my neighborhoods. They don't come from my struggles. They don't know what it's like. I'm gonna tell you, the one thing I say, I'm gonna have to give credit due. One thing about Marion Barry, and Marion Barry, me personally, because I didn't really know him like that, because I didn't grow up in D.C., I grew up in Cleveland, okay? Marion Barry, and I heard it from many sources, many people I talked to over the years. They said one thing about Marion Barry was always about his people. He was with his people. He was a night owl. He hung out with everybody, okay? He was a people's mayor. And he looked out for his people. That's real talk. He was known for that. He was very well known for that. There's some stuff he did on his own, but that's another story. But as far as representing his people, he was the real deal. No doubt about that. And I've heard that from all walks of life in D.C. I heard from many people. Even when I first came down here in 1988, I heard people talking about Marion Barry. That means talking about repping them big. Okay? They say, you might see this, Bob, but that brother represent his people. All day long, he repped his people. He even still was living in Ward 8 until around the time he died. You know, he was the people's mayor. That's why they call him. It was listed him as mayor for life. I think he ran a couple of terms and then he got to the controversy and came back and ran again and won. They love that mayor. They love that guy, man. You know, but he knew about it. I mean, plus he was a former civil rights worker himself. You know, he pounded the pavement for the people. You ain't got people like that no more. Barack Obama was a Trojan horse. He really was. He was a wolf. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing all day long. You got a couple of them out there now, Cory Booker and Kamala Harris. Cory Booker, oh my God. I thought Cory Booker was okay for a minute, and then I started watching him and started listening to him. I heard him on the Breakfast Club a while back, and I was like, man, this dude just as much of a snake as anybody else. He really is. I don't rep him any more than I did Barack Obama. Real talk. And I'm just not feeling it. Kamala Harris, another one. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't even get me started about Bernie Sanders. That's another whole story. What does reparations? What is it? I don't know. I don't agree with that. That's reparations, but that's not what I don't get it. No, we don't need to talk about it. Of course you don't. Because you don't believe that for us. You may believe that for your own people, but you don't believe it for us. See. I ain't down with people who ain't down with me. And that definitely goes for politicians, for real. I am not. I have nothing personal against you, but our life is your business. You know what I mean? When I say our life is your business, politicians make it their business to effectively be part of people's lives by having the power to enact legislation to help people with their lives. You know, politics is a funny, funky, sneaky business where people will say and do almost anything to get in power. You know, look at Barack Obama. He did it for 8 years. He said everything black people wanted to hear him say, and yet he didn't even do a portion of it. That's what the biggest disappointment about him is that he didn't back up what he said he was going to do. He did. At least not for us. Everybody else, yeah. Us, no. Nope, not at all. He passed legislation for gay rights, for gay people. He had no problem doing that. He jumped on that real quick, real fast, and in a hurry. He had no problem with that. Let's keep it honest. He really didn't. He rode for them hard, so to speak. You know? Women's rights, same thing. You got a guy in there now that don't give a fuck about nobody but white people. He's proven that. Trump is a bona fide racist all day long. Oh, I forgot one thing. Donald Trump, like my man Willie D said, your president, because you voted for him. And now you got some white people complaining about him. Y'all the ones that put him in office. God damn it. Oh, yeah, by the way, next week is the big coverage. I will be talking about that. I'm hoping to I may put some of that on the air myself. There's going to be two, I think. Yeah, 2-night event next week. I think 20 the week. Hold on a second. I know it's next week. The start of the campaign season. Hold on. Let me find out. Hold on. I may have to put Google or something on here. Let's see. When is in? No, that's wrong. Okay, let me get out of that. I'm trying to Google something. Let me see. When is hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. When is the Democratic campaign start for 2019? coming up. I know I just saw it. No, it's not the primaries. It's the campaign. But no, the primaries don't start for a while. Uh, so when is the Democratic campaign? Saw it. Oh, for 2020. Right. I just saw it. I know it's in Miami next week. Let's put it like that. The campaign for the Democratic presidential campaign debate. I think it's whatever they're going to do, debates or whatever. Starts next week, and I will be covering it. Matter of fact, I'll be doing it right here on this very channel, the home of DJ Wolf and DJ Wolf Live, Spreaker, and I'll probably do a simulcast between this and YouTube next week. And I'm hoping, and I will be watching it on CNN while I'm talking about it right here. Oh, I'm going to be on it, like stank on rice, however they call it, whatever they call it. But I'm going to definitely be on it. If I have to do the live feed from just sitting in my bed and watching it from my bed on my tablet, talking to you on Spreaker, because it's going to happen next week. We got to talk about that. We got a lot to talk about that, and we will set the weeds out away from the grass, so to speak. Next week. There are like 20 candidates. 20 candidates. And I'll be honest with you. The bulk of them are white. The bulk of them has no idea about what it is to come from the regular neighborhoods like mine. They have no idea. That's the bulk of them. Almost all of them, matter of fact. I think there are like maybe 3 black candidates, or everybody else is white or mixed with something else. But I'm going to enjoy having fun throwing barbs at them, so to speak, because I know most of them are full of shit. Most of them, not all of them. Like I said, I don't put my eggs all my eggs in one basket when it comes to politicians anymore. I'm done with this shit. Them days for me are over with. You can't. You really can't. I used to think that it was cool. Not no more, guys. It ain't the same. It's not. It's not. I'm going to try something I have never done before. At least not since I've had this. I'm going to try to look up something on here. Let's see. Maybe I'll do it later. There was a comment that somebody said about Biden, talked about some guy who he was. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. But all I know is that these candidates, for me, they don't represent my best interests. Not one do. Not one. I wish they did. I couldn't think of, I'm telling you, I'm being very serious. I couldn't think of one that would ever represent my best interests. Ever. Not one. Not a one. It's a shame. Hardworking black man like me who want more for the betterment of everybody. I really do. Who wants to see stories about young women throwing their kids in the garbage or burning them alive till they die, or letting their boyfriends violate their kids or rape them and then kill them? Like the one girl that happened a few weeks ago. Who wants to hear about shit like that? You hear about it, but who wants to continue seeing people do this every day? Or a kid walking outside of a store, walking down the street, minding his own business, and some fat-ass white boy fuck with him for no reason and then shoot him. When the young boy, 17-year-old boy, would beg for his life. What candidates are really going to represent our best interests when it comes to that? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the answer. You know? Makes no sense, man. I don't have the faith that I once had for politicians anymore. I really don't. I don't. I honestly don't. Because they say one thing and they do another. What James Brown is saying in the song, talking loud and saying nothing. And that's really pretty much how they are. They talk loud a lot and ain't got a damn thing to say when it's time to come down to business. You know, it's always been that way. Still is. But I'm at a point now I can't do that no more. I just can't. You know, it's a shame. In 2019, we have less power than we ever had before. It's proven. You know, the only thing we got power in is the power to build churches. But the 501c money, that you know, we get that, they get that through the government. So that's another whole story, you know. Just saying. So we don't have no power. I know the only hierarchy that we built in the center of the universe for us is the church, the black church. You know, there's good in it and there's bad in it. You have to be honest about it. You know, and I've seen both. My thing is, that seems like it's the only thing that we got. And even I question that sometimes. I really do. I really do. You know. Well, I really don't have a whole lot to say tonight, right now, about that. I could do an all-nighter on this. I really could. I may do one tomorrow. I may do another podcast tomorrow night, to be honest. I'm just looking at my music list right here. But I don't feel like doing it with that. And I'm not going to do it with that. Oh, boy. So I'm not. But I do want to say this. If you vote, make sure you look up the candidates right now that are out here. And tell me if I'm lying about those guys. Tell me if those guys are actually really representing you based on their experience in your neighborhoods or anything close to your neighborhood. I'm talking about like very close, like twin cousins close, or Siamese twins close. Because if they ain't matching, they don't know nothing about you. They just try and get your votes and trying to get some juice. That's it. This is why I'm not down with them. If they were down with me as they were doing that, that's one thing. And helping us out and being there the way they're supposed to be and ride or die for you in terms of representing your communities the way it's supposed to. I don't want to talk about it. Really don't. I don't want to vote for him. I don't even want to be sitting up in the line for no name is just so a guy who be in the office for 4 to 8 years won't represent my best interest. I'm just wasting my time. That's how I feel about it, guys. All right, guys. I can't believe I've been on 40 minutes. I ain't been on an hour. Well, that's all I got, guys. Again, this is DJ Wolf. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I really do. But I had to get that off my chest. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Free for all. I hope tomorrow night. I should be back on sometime tomorrow night. Or Saturday. Anyway, either case, free for all weekend, guys. DJ Wolf, we talk about anything you want to talk about. Hopefully by then, I have a phone number because I'm gonna look this up tonight, so you can call directly in, and we'll go from there. All right. This is DJ Wolf. Glad to be talking to you. Y'all take care. Have a nice night. Good night.